If you need to resize an image in Gimp without losing quality, this quick guide will show you the safest way to do it step by step. Whether you're preparing an image for a website, a thumbnail, social media, or just making a picture smaller or larger, the goal is to keep it sharp and avoid blur, stretching, or ugly artifacts. In this tutorial, I'll show you exactly where to click, which settings matter most, and how to choose the best interpolation method for the job. And if this helps you out, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more easy software tutorials. Alright, let's jump into Gimp. First, open the image you want to resize. Once your image is loaded, look at the top menu bar and click Image. From the drop-down menu, select Scale Image. This opens the Scale Image dialog box, which is where all the resizing settings live. Now, before you type in any numbers, take a look at the chain link icon between width and height. You want that chain to be closed or linked. That means the aspect ratio is locked, so when you change one dimension, the other one updates automatically. This is super important because it prevents your image from looking stretched, squashed, or distorted. If you ever see the image looking strange after resizing, this is one of the first things to check. Next, enter your new size. You can resize in pixels, inches, or even a percentage depending on what you need. For most online work, pixels are the easiest and most common choice. If you're making a YouTube thumbnail or website graphic, you'll usually want to work in pixel dimensions so you can be exact. After you enter the new width and height, stop before clicking Scale, because the next setting is the one that makes the biggest difference in quality. Look for the Quality section and find the Interpolation drop-down menu. This is where Gimp decides how to rebuild the image when it changes size. Choosing the right interpolation method can help keep your image sharp and reduce blur, jagged edges, or weird halos around objects. If you're making the image larger, choose NoHalo. This is usually the best option for upscaling because it helps minimize those glowing halo artifacts that can appear around sharp edges. It also does a better job protecting natural details like skin tones and keeping the image looking clean. If you're making the image a little smaller, choose LoHalo. This is a great option for downscaling because it keeps maximum clarity and sharpness without introducing harsh pixelation. It's especially useful when you want a resized image to still look crisp and detailed. If you're making a really large reduction, you can use cubic or LoHalo. These options help safely discard extra pixels while keeping important details identifiable. So if you're shrinking a large photo down to a much smaller size, this is a reliable choice. And if you're working with pixel art or retro-style graphics, choose None. That keeps every pixel perfectly sharp and blocky, which is exactly what you want for pixel art. If you use a smoothing method here, the image can start to look blurry and you'll lose that crisp retro look. Once you've chosen the right interpolation method, go ahead and click Scale. Gimp will process the resize and your image will update to the new dimensions. At this point, your image should look clean, properly proportioned, and much better than if you had just guessed at the settings. A quick tip before you finish. If your image is still not looking right, zoom in and inspect edges, text, and fine details. That's usually where quality issues show up first. If you notice blurring, check whether you chose the best interpolation method for your resizing task. The right setting makes a huge difference. So to recap, the simple formula is open the image, go to Image, choose Scale Image, lock the chain to keep the aspect ratio, enter your new dimensions, choose the right interpolation method, and click Scale.
That's the safest way to resize in Gimp without losing quality.
If this video helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more Gimp tutorials, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.